Hello, everyone. This is Tiffany with Healthy Passions. If you do not know me, let me briefly introduce myself. I am a certified personal trainer, certified wellness coach, certified energy healer. By birth, I am a prophetess, oracle, and a natural healer. I want to do part 4 of the Black Boule. Excuse me. Of the Black Boule today. We may have one more video from what I'm seeing for the modern part, but this came to me after I did the video last night and I was too tired to record it, so I'm going to do it first thing this morning. All right, so we left off at the betrayal and the selling of our women, the Sybils and their children, to the Gentile nations, and the Most High brought up the fact of how that backfired on the traitor men who did that amongst our people. So remember I said before that whoever has the Sybils in their presence excels as a society. In general, that people that have them excel, right? So whether they're the enemy or not. So by the Hebrew Israelite black men who became traitors to our people, by selling these women, the Sybils, our traitor men ensured that they would not be back in power again. They didn't realize that doing that, they sure that we were out of their midst, so therefore, no blessing, right? They couldn't get back in to the power seat, right? So, at least until the righteous women that they sold were restored, or until Christ Yahushua returns, right? They brought it on themselves. All right, so number 2, by coming into the demonic contract, our traitor men allowed the demons to totally possess them. They gained all access, especially over time. They gained all access to these men. Remember, I said 2/3 of us are part of this group that will not be in the fold, right? So most of us are not dealing with the Most High. All right, so let's just feel like that. So 2/3 of us will be destroyed with the Gentile nations because of this traitorous covenant that they have, right? So by them making this covenant with Satan, they became fully taken over and possessed by demonic entities. So to my Hebrew women, the righteous one of the Most High, I want to tell you, be very clear. When you see some of our men, especially on these podcasts and sometimes in person, when you see them saying that they hate you, please believe them. I have said this before. They do. They can't stand your guts. They want to see you eliminated, and they have said it out their own mouths, right? So it's not something I'm saying, it's something that they have said repeatedly over and over, and some of y'all still be like, nah, the black man love us. Okay, some of them do, very few. Most of them don't. Be clear. All right, so just believe what they say. And also to just know that their father is now Satan, and they themselves are willful participants in Satan's kingdom. They're willingly doing this. Okay? They're willingly selling their souls and letting demons possess them and hating their women and children. They're willingly doing this. Remember that, okay? So only the Most High Yah, it was just short for Yahuwah, who the world mistakenly calls God, only He is love. So if you denounce love, which is the Most High Yah, the only thing you have is hatred and sin and all that stuff, right? You have Satan, at that point, the father of lies. And now that they are in covenant with him, they are in dealings with him. A lot of them can't get out. All right? So if you marry one of these men, women of the Most High Yah, and have children with them, especially these traitor men, you and your children are in danger. All right? I mean, there's no other way to put it. You're in danger. And the only men that we should deal with are men of the Most High Yah, who are proven, vetted, tested the spirit for a certain period of time Now, so that they can't just act that way, we have to know for sure that they are of the Most High Yah before we decide to get into relationship with them, and especially before we decide to have children. Because you got to remember, generational curses are passed down. They are automatically cursed because they're in a demonic contract. All right. So number 3, the righteous men of Yah's people. I didn't think I got that very clear. There are men who are righteous, and there are men of the Hebrew Israelite people who are righteous and of the Most High Yah. So let's just be clear. So I want to kind of get that out there. So the righteous men of Yah's people are they're only from or descendants of the priesthood of Melchizedek. All right, that is an ancient order. They taught the Egyptians. They taught a lot of, the Persians, Egyptians. They taught a lot of people back in the day. We had sacred knowledge, what they call occult knowledge was stolen knowledge. And we have a lot of what you call hidden knowledge or secret knowledge that only our bloodline knows. It was passed down from generation to generation. Other nations could not be a part of this brotherhood and sisterhood, this priesthood, right? It was a holy priesthood, meaning set apart, meaning that you can only be a part of it through blood, all right? Like through a bloodline. So no outsiders could come through, okay? This also is true today. So whether they know it or not, if they are of the Most High Yah and they are a part of the 12 tribes, they were born into the priesthood of Melchizedek. So you might want to look into that, especially being a male. Women too. There are men and women in this group. And I wanted to say the most famous member of this group would be Christ Yahushua himself. He learned as a younger person and taught in this priesthood. Christ Yahushua has writings that are outside of the scriptures that they canonized and forced everybody to only read those 66 or 80 books. He had his own writings that he had out, and he talks about how he learned, what he learned, and what he taught in this secret priesthood. All right, so if you want to try it again, it's the priesthood of Melchizedek. M as in Matthew, E-L-C-H-I, Z as in zebra, E as in Eric, D as in dog, E as in Eric, K. All right, so 9 times out of 10, if a man is of the Most High Yah or a woman, they were either born to this priesthood by blood. Well, they had to be born by blood, okay, to be in this order. So they're naturally in it, not even realizing it, or whether they know it or not, okay? So they are this is the family bloodline for our people. All right, I got that pretty clear, so let's go on. There are men and women in this order. Our men treat us with love and respect. I talked about that before. The men of the Most High Yah treat us with love and respect. A lot of times in these camps, they try to follow the commandments and be scriptural, but they are disrespectful to women. That is not of us. Most of the true Hebrew Israelites that are of the Most High Yah, we pretty much stay away from these camps because they're very much like these demonic churches. They follow the same canonized Bible. They teach not to look into other books, and they have some questionable treatment of their women, okay? So they know that we are not under their feet. There is balance in this order, right? In this holy priesthood. All right, thank you. Now, number 4, you have to be a bloodline, and not just bloodline, but worthy to be in the order. So that means you have to follow the laws and the commandments. You have to be righteous. You can't not, just because you're a part of the bloodline, you can't just come and say, hey, I want to join this priesthood. No, you have to talk the talk and walk the walk. You have to live by example. You have to be able to prove that you can be worthy of that honor. Like I said before, 2/3 of our people have forsaken the Most High Yah. They've forsaken his laws and commandments and have taken the bag from either Satan himself or the Gentiles, which is sometimes both, right? Traitor Hebrews know, whether they're male or female, know our knowledge. They know our secrets. They knew some of our sacred orders. Some of them betrayed us. So they know our knowledge and they used it against us. They taught, this is how they did it. They taught our enemies how to overcome us. Gentile nations only had, before these traitors taught them, they only had the information from the fallen angels that was taught. The tactics, they were taught that those tactics to combat us. They had no power against us until the fallen angels taught them sacred knowledge, right? And that's what they use to combat our spiritual gifts that are given to us by the Most High. So they mimic it, but they don't have it, right? Now, the fallen angels taught them that. So what these traitors did is they expanded on that by giving them the ins and outs of how we work, and therefore betrayed our people. It's the same thing they do today when they betray one of our black leaders, our Hebrew leaders, and have him killed, right? Same thing. Nothing has changed. Same spirits, right? This is an ancient story. Okay? So they taught them what to do to overcome us. The Gentile nations only had the fallen angels taught tactics to stand against us. Neither the traitor Hebrews or the Gentiles had the power to overcome us alone. They had to combine. That's how strong we were before the fall of man, before sin came into the picture. We were very, very strong individuals, and we were a very strong nation, and we could not be overtaken very easily. All right, they had to come together, and because they had to come together because, like I said, in our natural state, Yah's people were too powerful. You heard King David talk about how 10,000 fall at his right and 10,000 at his left. That's one person in a war. That is not, what do you call it? That is not a fib. That is not made up. They are telling the truth. That's how an army of 300 of Yah's people could defeat an army of 6,000, 15,000 men. One person in their full state under Yah is very powerful. Okay? So, this is what they did. As we fell into the curses and we got deeper and deeper into it, they did black magic spells to keep us in a slumber state, to keep us in a sleep type state, to get us to forget who and what we are, to subdue our spiritual gifts and power that the Most High has given us, and to keep us disconnected from the source of our strength, which is the Most High Yah, who the world mistakenly calls God. All right? So they've been doing this for a very, very long time. Okay, so like I said, even in our fallen state, we are stronger. We're stronger physically, mentally, and we tend to be very intelligent. Okay? All right, so that is this one, and let's see what the next one will be. I got started pretty early, so I'm going to try to get this finished today. I love you guys. I hope you return for part 5, and hopefully we're going to see where the Most High takes us. Have a good day.